Today's day 6 post is on kind of like a New Year's resolution, but it's for your website. And I've helped with thousands and thousands of websites over the years. And January is a perfect time to do what I call a website audit. And I'm going to touch on several things. I'm actually going to put these in the video today, but there's several things that I think are kind of high level for business owners. If you were to go Google website audit, you'd find 1,000 extremely technical and kind of geeky checklists that are for like web developers, designers. This is for more the business owner, the operator, the person that's really invested in just making sure the site at a high level is squared away. This is a checklist that you could give your web developer and say, are these things in order and squared up? So here we go. We're going to dive right in really fast. The first thing is passwords. We meet clients all the time. They'll have to spend $1,000 to recover forgotten passwords. Once a year, every January, you should update the administrative password to your website. There's usually a main admin. There's usually other people that have been administered in. The owner sometimes gets an administrator password just because they're the owner, but they'll never log in. These passwords create vulnerabilities, and they're the #1 attack vector to someone taking over your website. So each year you want to update those, change them. Another thing is we find out all the time that there's old employees that have moved on that still have administrative or editor access to a site. So update your passwords at least once a year on January. Second, back your site up. Now, you'll hear every web designer, every development team in the world will say, oh, our site's backed up. But what we see all the time is the websites are getting backed up to the same web server. We use a little plugin called the all-in-one migration plugin that backs up a website to Dropbox, an offsite service. So a website could be corrupted, taken over, broken, hacked. You can cancel it, point your domain someplace else, and bring your new website right back up in probably 10-12 minutes. It's real easy to do, but a lot of folks don't do it. They just rely on the server system to back it up, and a lot of times that's the exact same machine that gets attacked or corrupted. Okay. The next thing is statistics. A lot of people don't look at the stats of the website. And so at least once a year, at least once a month, you should log into your Google Analytics. It's free, little Google Analytics plugin, and anybody should be able to do that. And you should be able to look at your traffic. And you'll be able to see some amazing things. You get to see where traffic's coming from, how long people stay, what the most important pages are. This matters for our next point. But if you don't have Google Analytics on your site and at least looking at the main things once a month, it's huge. It tells you how many people are mobile and how many people use desktop viewers. A lot of information there for free that Google tracks. If you just put that one little plug-in and code on your site, it takes about 10 minutes to do. Extremely valuable. A lot of people never look at it. This leads to really the most valuable point, I think, of the whole thing, and that is what matters most. A lot of folks, they'll have a website. We see hospitals and they'll have 50 or 60 or 100 pages, all sorts of detail on just about everything. And in the end, the 80-20 rule applies. About 80% of your traffic is on 20% of your pages. There's always 4 or 5 pages that matters most. We see a lot of times it's the home page, it's the about page, the contact page, the jobs page, a couple of service lines. Usually it's never more than 5 or 6 pages. Have 80% of the traffic of a site. Make those pages great. Come up with a plan, okay, to where you can really improve those pages. But you should know in your mind, without question, that these 5 pages are delivering almost all of your traffic and all of your views. If you don't know that, shame on you. You should know where your traffic and what's being viewed on your site. I look at that at least once a month, and you want to organize your time and talent around that. The next thing that's really important today, half of your traffic is mobile. Half of your traffic is not on a big, beautiful, huge desktop screen. That's the way websites were designed years ago by designers with big screens for customers with big screens. Now, 60, 70, 80% of your traffic is mobile. People are looking on their phones, they're looking on their iPads. And so you use these templates, they're pretty much free, but it makes your site mobile responsive to where whatever viewport, whatever size you have on your screen, it fits it. And the content flows good. But you should open up your phone and look at your own website, particularly those 4 or 5 important pages, to make sure it looks great on mobile. It's very, very important. There's 3 types of websites in my mind. There's what I call the digital billboard. It's just like we exist. If you search for us in Google, you'll find us. Maybe it updates our Google local listing, but we're just able to be discovered. That's about it. Level 2 websites are lead generation websites where you actually have offers and call to action. You depend on it producing a certain number of leads each month. Business to consumer, you need a lot of leads. Business to business, I know folks that sell $50,000, $100,000 items. So, one lead every month or 2 months is just incredible. So, but you want to make sure that your call to actions are clear, whether it's requesting a bid or a quote or a white paper or a PDF or some offer, that whatever you have that's kind of I'm going to raise my hand is very clear and that it works very, very well. And you should know month to month how many times that bell gets rung. So whatever your call to action is, it might be a simple contact form or something more involved. That's really important. The third level of sites are what I would call transactional sites, where you're working with databases and e-commerce and a lot of interaction and activity and logged in users. But most sites are there to just have a presence and then to maybe have a call to action. And you just want to make sure that that's simple and it works really well. Back to that, what matters most, your performance improvement plan. We have these for people. We have these for processes. On your website, whatever those top 5 pages are, you need to find 5 volunteers, and it might be you, okay? But you want 5. You want a game plan where if you've got 5 pages that are delivering all your traffic, that's the best page, that you look at it once a month. That if there's anything old or outdated, you can really get rid of that. That's the number one way to run people off, is they visit your site and they see a blog post from 2016 is the last time you've written. A lot of folks only update their site every now and then. If you're blogging, it's a little bit more visibility, but you want to make sure that your content at least looks current, so you have the appearance of we care about this message that we're putting out there. Key point though is on your popular stuff. That's huge. You can promote that. If you've got 5 popular pages, you ought to once a month share them because people love them anyway. It's kind of self-evident. Let the world know what you have that's really, really working for you, and make those pages great. Lastly, we all do this. We look at a website and at the very bottom it's got a copyright. Okay, it's very easy to update that and make it 2021. It's actually a little script that just does it, but heaven forbid yours says 2012 or 2016. Glance at your copyright date, because that's just a very visible sign that things need updated. I hope that's a helpful look at doing kind of an annual website update. And this video is kind of spurs you to want to look at some of the top level things on your site. Again, there's a trillion geeky little details, but I hope these are the important things that will help you get a good handle on 2021. Take care.